Oh, fucking hell. This stream is sponsored by coffee. Yeah, that's where I was before I was like actually fucking here. I gotta be honest, I forgot to make my coffee. Hey, forgotten that. Oh, I live. How am I doing? Alright, but all the better for seeing any of you nerds swinging by the chat room. Oh, let me jump a little closer. Oh. We sounding all good? We looking all good? Good to hear lovely voice again. Well, I do my best. Undead but alive, whatever. Like fucking the whole undead but alive, like you know, like people do that shit all the time. It's like, oh, but you're not technically alive, and it's like fucking. I'm not gonna be like, oh boy, sure is a good day to be unliving. Like fucking, I am ambulating. I consume snacks. I listen to music. I play video games. Semantics and pedantics of the lowest order. You live, you die, you live again. True. Snacks and gaming are true signs of life. That is true, Joe. You can tell this. I think a lot. Definitely not because any of my wonderful partners have rats. But it was that one article that, like, did you know rats can play hide and seek? And they squeal with joy when they win. Because I think about that shit on the fucking regular. You know, which is regular. You know, I do not think I've actually heard a single fucking Rob Zombie song other than Dragula. But I've got to be like, I gotta be real, okay? Off the song about Dracula car, the bar is set really high, right? Like, absolutely have. I'm actually curious, cause, like, you're almost certainly right. Like, the confidence you've said that with, you are almost definitely about to tell me about, like, fucking some description of, like, a song that, like everyone's heard of. You doubt I've not heard More Human and Human / Living Dead Girl? Could you link them in the stream chat so I can give them a peruse after the stream? Because I don't recognize them by the titles. But, like, I might well know the sound, you know? Like, there's a lot of songs like that. Like, fucking... Oh, God. What's the song? There's one, like... There's a Gwen Stefani song. You can tell it's back because I'm forgetting it right now. I think it's My Life? Anyway, like, there's just songs like people have heard, but just, like, don't register. It's, like, a common thing. And, like, it doesn't help that I'm, like, I'm not, like, a hipster. Like, I don't, I'm not gonna be like, oh, no one's heard of the music I listen to. I listen to, like, a lot of, like, fairly popular stuff. I've been struck with the realization that were I, like, a little bit more in tune with pop music, I would abso-fucking-lutely be like 20% more of a like Chappelle Roan girly than I already am, and I've been listening to a few tunes and I've been enjoying these tunes, but like there's a lot of the shit I listen to just kind of like blends into my little like Spotify soup. It's like I'm trying to think of like a hashtag gamer approximation. Speaking of hashtag gamers, do you ever get a feeling like something terrible is about to happen? Like in the back of your skull, like 9 people are about to appear. You might call me paranoid. And yet. Hello everybody, how is the fucking Dog Island? The Dog Shack, if you will. this fucking game. You have to show me a screenshot, please. Damn! Alright. Fuck! Like, minute 1 and y'all are looking at my fucking boobas. Oh, the track change. Love this fucking shit. Anyway, right. Show me your screenshot and I'll see what it is. Ow! EXEY. Okay, 1 second. So, I need you to know... You can just look it up like you can. I like to think I'm funny enough that, like... I bring more than just bloodbaths. Okay, so fucking... I'm getting this shit, but like this shit that Sinai just sent me, right? I was just sent... let's bring it down. So I was just sent this image of hit game Dog Island. Hey Sidani, brother, what's happening over there, my friend? My man, my guy? What's Would you like to explain before we start doing lawyer things? There was also an oh, okay, multiple instances of dog racism. Okay. You have like 2 minutes to explain before I kill you with my mind powers. And I think I'm being pretty fucking generous. So here's the thing. No, he's coming to Marvel Rivals in a couple weeks. I'm thinking a lot about fucking Ben the Thing. It's hard to explain madness. Oh, God. You know, I've mentioned this before, and this is gonna sound like such fucking... That... Okay, you know what? You know what? You know what? You're right. Let's... hit me with bricks, apparently. Let's stop trying to explain madness. And let's do something much more ranged. Let's play Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth, specifically the last stretch of the last case. That should be a lot more on track, right? Because we left off, I cannot lie, we left off at a bit of a banger. Because we just managed to catch Callisto U. And then good old Detective Bad went down like an absolute badass. Rip my man. I'd say my goat, and he was a little Billy Grunt. But I believe we just got a mosey, right? Like, I'm just thinking, I've stalled for a quarter of an hour. Let's rock and slash or roll. If you gotta get a snack, if you gotta get a little drink, now be the time. I forgot my own little candy bar. Okay, emergency, like one more minute delay. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so good at streaming. Okay. Okay. Whoa. Wait. Oh. Okay. If anyone else needs to get a snack or a drink, they probably should have done it while I was scampering to get mine. What? That's it. Some of you may be asking, Jackie, what the fuck is your problem? Didn't you have all day before your stream started to get ready for this? Surely you didn't spend the 40 minutes before streaming playing Street Fighter instead of, like, preparing. Right? Imagine, right? Oh, my eyes. Anyway, lot time. March 15th. Yeah, that's 4 days after my birthday. What the fuck? The Theatrum Neutralis lobby. So now we know who the Yatagarasu really was. And yet there remains much to this case that needs to be resolved. Like has the weapons crossed country lines, for example. The two countries have incredibly strict security systems and entry procedures. Short of a miracle, it's impossible for someone to have smuggled them in. Smuggling them in, We'll need to open a new line of investigation on just this aspect alone. But before we do, I'd like to go through my evidence once more. Okay, we got rid of the unnecessary evidence. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. So wet for some reason. Feels like it's too low. Like we don't have like the wet crystal oil, for instance. Got a videotape with blood on it. This blood belongs to Detective Faith, who was killed in my office by Mr. Portsman. You ever like think about the fact that we're thinking about like cold-blooded killer and murderer Jack Sportsman? Like, I think I'd die of embarrassment if I got killed by a motherfucker whose name was fucking Sportsman. Sadly, it would appear that he was partnered with anyone but a good prosecutor. The KG-8 incident. This was the case in which the unwitting CCU was murdered. You think that was an Alan Scott, but he was in Young Justice? I'll have you know, that wasn't Sportsman. That was Sportsmaster. Just in case, like, just to make sure we're abundantly clear, that was the very serious villain Sportsmaster. Anyway, which was to expose the connection between the Amano group and the Smuggling Ring. It was also in the group the Yatagarasu was first formed. Are the events of this case connected to that case from 10 years ago somehow? Fucking, what kind of limp bullshit is that? Like, we saw, like, fucking Callisto U was here in disguise. The Smuggling Ring was, like, based out of here. And he's like, I wonder, do we think these things might bear some kind of a connection? You fucking kidding me, Edgeworth? Ah! My man is better than this. Okay, we still got the, like, the needles, the trump card. The design of these things are rather eccentric for hair sticks. Huh? Really? That's strange. What should I do with them? To say, these are by far the most bizarre hair sticks I've ever seen. These are so normal. What? Oh, you know, kids these days, come the year 2010, they'll be exposing ankle, wearing hair sticks with a minor complementary swirl pattern, even a small ring accoutrement at the middle. Where will it end, this impropriety? In any case, Kay, there's something I've been meaning to ask. How exactly do you stick that hair stick of yours into your hair like that? Huh? That's a secret. So I would like to posit my now deeply held theory. Curious. I think she's bald as hell. I think that's a wig now.
There's a VCR here, sir. Now we can see what's on that tape Detective Bear gave us.
This piece of evidence from the KG8 incident, hidden from sight for 10 long years. I just know that this is related to the current case somehow. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please play the tape for us. Like, I don't like the way he points at people. I feel like he's judging me for this shit. Like, just something about him. Take a sip of my coffee.
Sure thing, sir.
Oh shit, more coffee. Fuck. What's hey, Sarah? Slow to see you. This man. It's Manny coaching. This man, like, Manny is such a fucking, like, Manny sounds like a name made up when someone was trying desperately to give a fake name. I'm just saying. How goes? Goes well. We're solving crime, maybe. It's holding a knife in his head. Oh, so he is. This looks like footage from a security camera at the entrance of an apartment building. An apartment building? How do you figure? Unlike you, I actually read the summary. I actually read the summary file on the KG8 incident. And the crime scene was the victim's own apartment. So this footage was shot at the entrance to the victim's own apartment building. At the trial, Mr. Faraday claimed this piece of footage existed. However, no one could find it. Yes. Somehow, someone was able to steal it and hide it through Mr. Ernest Amano. Any arson afoot? Actually, at the start of this case, this embassy was, like, set on fire twice. I can see how this would have been a definitive piece, and why someone would want to hide it.
But it's a piece of evidence from a 10-year-old case. There's no way it's related to this case we're working on now, sir. All that there is in common is an abundance of common characters, plot arcs, and narrative cohesion. The fact that it's like a place that's related to all of the counterfeiting and the smuggling. The Yagarasu literally all being here except for the one guy that was dead. Frankly, Mr. Edgeworth, I think you've had a long night, sir.
Actually, I believe it has everything to do with the case we're working on now. The ringleader even went so far as to use Mr. Portsman to retrieve. I cannot fucking deal with the fact this guy is named fucking Portsman. It's killing me, man. Like, I don't know why, like, I can handle fucking Mr. Romain Lettuce, secret Interpol agent. That was fine. Romain Letouche. But fucking Jacques Sportsman? I can't tell you why that one's a bridge too far. Eyewitness reports of some kitsune seen fleeing the scene of the arson. We'll never catch her. She's in a remote location, some kind of a den. Anyway. Which means that in this video lies a very inconvenient bit of footage to the ringleader.
Wait! Wait!
Wait, what was that?
Oh?
But you played just now. Please show it to me again. Hello, I'd like you to play that footage again. This car! This is something we cannot overlook.
Why is that so?
Look here, Detective Gumshoe, it's a fucking embassy car. Are you daft, sir?
Take that!
This is the national flag of the Principality of Cadopia. And because it has the national flag on it, we know this to be an official government car. So I think if we're going to insist that this game is set in America, which it tells me, and I don't believe it, this gives a whole new depth to every single fucking Stars and Stripes Spangled Monster truck to ever hit tarmac. They're on federal business.
Why is that, sir?
Don't you know of getting the odds of getting that car in the seasonal loot boxes in Forza? 0.4%. Gumshoe. Fucking, did they do car loot boxes in fucking Forza? Are you kidding me? That's actually insane. Good grief. Like, I know that we've kind of mostly moved past those things now, but like, oh my god. If not now, eventually probably. They do tank loot, but I'm gonna move on with Ace Attorney. Anyway. But the question we should be asking ourselves is, what is a government car doing there?
Ah, Miss Von Carver and Mr. Edgeworth. So you were here all this time?
What, like he slides a little, like his walk cycle and how much he moves doesn't match up. It looks like he is straight up fucking, like, slugging it out, right? It don't look right. It don't look right. Ambassador Alva.
Thank you very much for continuing the investigation, even at this time of night. Ah, if only I was even a tiny bit more careful. This tragedy would never have happened. I am truly sorry.
This wasn't your fault, sir. Are you sure about that? This had nothing to do with how careful you were.
You idiot Quercus! You couldn't chase after a simple thief! Now then, let's get down to the real reason why I came looking for the two of you. I would like...
You can count his fucking teeth.
I would like you to put the investigation on hold for a little bit. Can you do that?
His nose is so fucking flat, it is upsetting me. Excuse me?
I heard you've apprehended the thief that turned this embassy upside down. And we are in the middle of an event celebrating our country's reconciliation. We can't exactly have the police and detectives walking around here forever. You're scaring the visitors away. So I hope you can understand how I feel.
But we must finish our investigation and resolve the remaining issues.
Why don't we leave the rest to the Alabastion and Babylese police?
Ambassador, they're so close. Just a little more and...
Miss Von Carver, I'm afraid I've made up my mind. And without my permission, you can't proceed with your investigation anyway, right?
That's true, however... As he said at the very beginning, this area can be considered to be Alabastion soil. In which case, we are nothing but foreigners in their land. Is this really where our investigation ends?
Hold it!
Shifu, we found Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Shifu, this way!
Yo!
He puts on his fuck-ass shades. Agent Lang, you're back on the scene rather quickly.
If I laid back and took a...
Did he... Like, he enters stage left. Like, he enters. He whips on the shades. He heads back over here. Too far. And he fucking whips him off again. This guy's the fucking worst. I hate this guy. I love him so fucking much. He sucks compellingly.
If I laid back and took a break, I'd lose the scent of my prey, Mr. Prosecutor.
Agent Lang, why have you returned?
Because I have to solve this case, no matter what. Is anyone else noticing that despite entering from the, I want to say Babyliss side, with the pamphlets, that the television screen is behind me and everyone else is now on the other side of the screen? It's a minor detail, but it's throwing me off.
Well, I'm sorry to inform you. I don't take this the wrong way. I don't suspect you personally. However, a member of Interpol was just found to be a thief and so... Under these circumstances, I wish to put your investigation on hold. After all, I believe our own police can handle things here. They're quite capable.
Boy.
This our investigation really will come to a close.
Ha! Ambassador Alba, I get it now. I really do.
Well, I'm glad you understand.
He's so old. He's so old. I do love this fucking sax-ass theme, though.
No, not that. What I was talking about is... I know who the killer is behind tonight's murder.
You... No?
The...
Killer?
Do you really mean that? Agent Lang?
And yeah, is there anyone older than this? Because I want, like, he's older than the judge, just about. He's got to be, right? But is there any, like, named character in the series older than... And he's only... Dude, you look fucking terrible. Like, even for 72, like, I would expect, like, 89. Dude, you look awful. Oh, wow. That's what, being an ambassador does to you, I guess. Yeesh.
Ha! Wolves don't lie.
Then who is it?
Well, let me first say that I'm not talking about Mr. Cochin's murder. That was all Sheena. Long Z says, the truth lies not at the exit, but rather shines outside the maze itself.
Oh, fucking Cadaverini's grandpa? Huh. Really? No, it makes sense. He was old. He was old as fuck. Do you have any idea how much being an ambassador country represented by red white is? Like, I really cannot believe how little waves fucking Phoenix made by taking down fucking red white of Blue Corp. This guy has 5 years on Manfred and Gant. Gant looks pretty good for his age. Gant looks pretty fucking good for his age. Manfred looks about as you'd expect. But this guy looks fucking awful.
The truth is unexpectedly simple. So let me ask you this. Who do you think was Damask 2's killer? Ha! I'll tell you who. It was you! Franziska von
Oh, no. Oh, fucking hell. Do you ever, like, hear, like, a twist being established and you're like, oh, they are going to yank our entire shaft sack and perineum over this one. Oh, fuck me. I was the killer? Hey, wait, but that's impossible.
Yeah! Although that whip is actually quite
Ah! Hold your tongue. And that ludicrous remark you were about to make. Agent Lang, you're seriously accusing her of murder?
Yeah, I think I am.
He doesn't appear to be joking.
Hey, sis. I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech, he called you into his office, right?
Oh, fucking hell. Yes, he did. But what does that have to do with anything?
I'm getting to that. Furthermore, in order to solve both cases, you moved around rather freely between Alabast and Babel, did you not?
Objection!
There's your evidence that I am the killer.
Ha! I was just getting to that. Trust me, I'll show you them in due time. Sorry, Trust me, I'll show them to you in due time. Whatever. Ambassador Alba, in order for me to bring this case to a close, I'll need to inspect your office one more time. Will you grant me permit?
Hey, actually, no, I think Lang's the smartest motherfucker I've ever seen. Wait, hold on. Okay, like, if we're actually going to need to fully defend Fran, this sucks. But if Lang is pulling like a fucking 4D chess move of suspecting the ambassador, but like, yeah, bam, 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 like in, out, like, we're in his office. And he didn't suspect that we were in his office about him. That would be pretty poggers. But I suppose we'll see. I suppose I don't have much of a choice, do I? Yes.
Good, let's move out. Oh, don't even think about running away, sis. My pack will be keeping a close eye on you. You can bet your bottom dollar on that.
As if I would have any reason to flee. But just so we're clear, your logic had better be sound. Because I'll accept nothing short of a perfect explanation. She seems rather upset. Not that I blame her. You should range from ask voices. Oh. Like, voice range is such a pain. It's why, I don't know, I love doing Ace Attorney stuff because I get to fuck around with so many different voices. I just hope my fem range is half decent, truth be told. Also, OG, Kappa, hi. Sorry, hi, Kappa.
I expected that you'd accept no less. But we'll see how long you can keep that nose of yours stuck up in the air like that.
Hold it!
Agent Lang, as something related to tonight's case, I request you allow me to take part. And so that I may clean up my superior's mess.
I guess I should. The more the merrier. Especially when it's the peanut gallery.
Oh, in that case, I will join in too. I still haven't seen what it looks like in Alabasta yet.
If you let Kay in, then you're gonna let me in too, pal. I can't sit around and do nothing when Miss Von Karma's in trouble.
Hey, Guy, let's have a competition, see who can save up first, okay?
Okay, I'll take you up on that. Oh yeah, I'm fired up and raring to go, baby.
Setting up a thing with the pals, but you'll be lucky. Well, you luck to your heart's content. Plenty of room in the rafters of the bathroom. As a detective, I don't believe this is something you're supposed to be excited about.
Sounds like this is going to get real interesting. Ambassador Alba, I'll be bringing these kids along for the ride.
Very well. Like, this man's lips look so dry. Like, fucking look at him. Like, this man is an absolute fucking prune. I feel concerned for his health. That's why I'm gonna give him the chair.
But I'd like you to keep in mind that this will be your last chance.
I'll have this whole mess cleaned up before you know it. Now let's go.
Oh, the squad is rolling out. He's got 30 years left. The deeply evil live the lot. Oh, man. Oh, dog. You just say that shit that ages me. Fucking oi. I say, oi.
Okay now, let's first go over the facts one more time. Manny Cochin's body was found over in the Secretariat's office in Babel. The weapon that took his life was one of Alabast's ornamental knives. And then the body of Damask II, Mr. Kai Shinu, was found here, in the Alabastian ambassador's office.
That poor dead twink. He had so many boys left to kiss.
Through investigation, we found that the murder weapon was this primitive statue, and that this is actually Babel's statue. This case, no matter how I look at it, says if it wasn't you, then there's no one else who could have pulled this off.
Objection!
Agent Lang, do you understand the full implications of what you're saying?
Of course I do, sis. And I'm serious.
That's like fucking ominous, first of all. Secondly, increasingly, I don't like the way you keep calling us sis. Okay.
You were on the trail of the smuggling ring, and you wanted any evidence you could find. And so, while people were distracted by the Yatagarasu's appearance, you snuck in here. That's when you two ran into each other. You and that other thief who took advantage of the confusion from the fire.
Objection!
Even if all that were true, how do you explain the movement of the weapons?
Ah, don't worry. I plan to show that you're the culprit behind that, too.
Surprise twist. Oh, fuck off. No. No fucking shot. She can't be a cis. I'm claiming Francisca's trans. Smiles. Baboon. Plot twist. Get dunked on. Owned. Annihilated.
You have permission to investigate both embassies at will. With that kind of free reign, you could have easily taken the weapons across country.
Hey, now. Oh, fuck, he parried her. Oh, no.
Well, Jackie, it's like when someone uses pup for a big puppy, isn't it? She's cis because she's
a big sis. Right? What cut them off? The twist is that Francisca is also secretly a Grammarly, and here's the thing. What you don't know about Francisca is this whole time she's had a pacemaker. One that's been meticulously calibrated, so when we need to, like, take her to the hospital later, when she needs to get, like, have that shit opened up and fixed, we'll find that Francisca, too, is a secret clock. And while she's on the operating table, she will write out your name in blood. And the name? Maya.
no.
What the fuck kind of no-self...
Francisca being trans and Edgeworth being cis implies things about Manfred von Karma given how much more he liked Fran.
I just think it's because he thinks Edgeworth is because he's adjacent to Gregory. I think, like, okay, I want to, you'll be real, this bit sucks. This bit does suck. -2 a bit. Yeah, baby! But I would like to posit that Manfred von Karma is trans-affirming but incredibly sexist. That's my take. That's my take. Like, he will be like, I'm sticking with that, actually. Let's go.
Hey now. Look, sis.
Sexist, transphobing, bisexual, homophobic. He has it all. Take this. Is it my mug? Oh, you have to give it to Sedani here. No, I'm agreeing entirely. Although, can I just say, I know I say it often, but every time I get bonked by my Vilf mug, I get, like, really fucking happy because I, like, have my actual Vilf mug now. Again, like, the irony is I don't have those vibes. Like, the vibes of fucking... whatever, let's just continue.
Told you, I'm not messing around here. This case isn't directly tied to the smuggling ring, but Sheena certainly is tied to the smuggling ring.
He's right, saying that she's a member of the smuggling ring. But a connection between this case and the ring. 7 days. There is a videotape. Can I be so real? You know how, like, when you hear a phrase over and over and over again, like, the phrase starts to sound, like, really fucking fake as hell? Smuggling ring. Smuggling ring is connected to this case, but how is the smuggling ring connected to the other case? If Sheena was part of the smuggling ring, that would imply that the smuggling ring is adjacent to this murder, but the smuggling ring had no reason for this particular murder. Like... Smuggling wing. Hello, I'd like to take some illicit goods over your border. I have some contraband. For the love of God, please. Could it not be deeper than what any of us could imagine? Let's get this ridiculous circus over with already. Francisca, you need to calm down, because you only know the facts of the Alabastian side of the case. I don't believe you can see the case as a whole, and therefore solve it. But don't worry. I am taking this seriously as well. I will prove your innocence.
That's the only way to be, Mr. Prosecutor. But can you come up with anything else that can top my hypothesis?
Oh, I can top any man's hypothesis.
Of course, your explanation has to solve the mystery of the moving weapons as well.
Of course. And I will. Let's now delve into the truth behind the murder of Damask 2. You do understand, don't you, Miles Edgeworth? This isn't just a confrontation against Agent Long. If you can't figure out how the murder of Damask 2 is related to the smuggling ring, that will mean the end of our investigation. As long as I have no good counter-argument to his hypothesis, then the best I can do is walk this thin tightrope and see what I can do.
Come on, prosecutor. Let's get started.
Yes, let's. I'm actually happy we don't need to toss this room again. Border crossing weapons. Okay, I need like a mouthful of spaghetti. Or else I will die. So. Fucking shall we?
One of Alabast's knives was used in Babel to kill Mr. Cochin.
So far, that's true.
And the murder weapon in the killing of Damask II is Babel's Primadeus statue.
This is also true.
Somehow, these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security. The only one who traversed the two countries just before and after the crimes was you.
So long as I can't explain how the weapons moved about, Francisco remains suspect.
You got it, Mr. Prosecutor. So why don't you stop giving me a hard time? Under these circumstances, who the heck can carry a weapon across country lines? I've worked through every possibility, but there's only one that's plausible. Your boss.
Agent Lang, what I've learned from you just now is that you've lost sight of yourself.
What are you talking about?
He is, like, so clearly so mad about the fact that, like, he's lost Sheena. Like, he's lost Sheena, and it really stings. It really stings him. You can tell. Like, you can really tell. Poor bastard. By focusing too intently on that which is in front of us, we become blind to the truth. Don't tell me Lung Z never said anything to that effect. So that feels like a microaggression. Hasn't your Lung Z given any wisdom on this? Seems like the kind of thing he'd say.
Lung Z says, go fuck yourself, Edgeworth.
Ah. Oh, my neck. My neck. My neck. It's pretty much just my neck today, actually.
You prosecutor. Who do you think you are speaking about Long Z's proverbs like that?
I don't need his proverbs. On account of all my verbs are amateurs. Because my words are all you'll need to see the truth. Bottle. I know what I want to ask about. One of Alabast's knives, that's fine. And the murder weapon, the killing of the rest of his babe's statue, that's fine. Somehow these two objects...
Hold it!
Tell me more here. Impenetrable? I should hardly think so.
Not so fast! You've seen the top of the wall between the two countries, right? Who in the world could cross over that?
Yeah, what do you know? I could climb over that thing with all that barbed wire. Can I give you my deranged early hypothesis? And if it turns out to have fucking anything to do with this, I'm going to shit myself. Wasn't it that cart that had, like, a baby in it? I don't know, we lost the Iron Infant, like... I don't know. I'm really nervous because there's fucking, like, Chekhov's baby has been set up earlier through this case, right? Like, Chekhov's baby is fully in play. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if it'll be these statues, because these things are fucking big as hell. But something, maybe a murder weapon, maybe a body, something was moved in a way that, like, pertained to the baby. I think. That's where I'm at. Okay. No, but I can climb over that thing with all the barbed wire.
The only way into either embassy is through the doors in the Theatrum Neutralis. It's the only way for the knife and the primitive statue to reverse the true countries is through the security camera-equipped, well-guarded doors.
I'm gonna scroll to the end, because I want to see what hint it gives me here. The only things to cross the border are the primitive statue and the knife? I should hardly think that those are the only two items, Agent Lang. Hardly think. But if it wasn't too like the statue. Oh! Okay, no. The only two? If it was one knife and one statue, there would be two statues in one of the embassies, but there's one statue in each, meaning they have to come back.
Objection!
Agent Lang, those two items are not the only two to cross the border tonight.
Oh?
Damask 2 was killed with Babel's primitive statue, yes. If that's the case, then tell me, where did Alabast's primitive statue go?
To Babel.
Precisely, and if the two statues really were switched, then this means that both statues were smuggled across the border at some point, which means that's a total of 3 items smuggled across the embassies.
Huh. I guess so, but you know what? It doesn't matter the number of items, only that the sis.
Like, is my man's grammar falling apart?
The sis is the only one who could have done it.
Like with the fucking battle droids?
Because the only person who went back and forth between Alabast and Babel is her.
Is that really true? Was there no one else who traveled between the two countries? Oh. Actually, there was definitely another person. One who paid a visit to both sides of the wall.
Objection!
Is that really so, Agent Lang? Ba-ba-bum-bum.
What a lousy time to try and bluff your way out of this. I checked out what the guard said along with the security camera's footage. You're not gonna overturn my hypothesis that easily.
Objection!
But suppose there was some other way other than the theatre doors.
What other way? There had to have been some other a way out of the embassies.
No, I've got to stop thinking of a way out. I've got to. The other entity managed to cross the border unharmed.
Wall 2.
I don't like that when it says Walter from the TTS, it goes Walter. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. That feels like a curse. That feels like a fucking bad omen. And though I hesitate to bring this out, as long as this entity exists, the impossible road becomes a possibility.
Looks like you've got some clever idea in mind.
I do.
Wall 2 upon the object. Wall 2R, math on that thing.
I'm not happy, chat room. Okay. I do, and I can show you it through a single piece of evidence.
Fine then. Let's see this piece of evidence that'll show me this other route.
This piece of evidence will show us another way to move between the two countries. It's the wall. The wall's not that high at the roof. Obviously not, obviously not, obviously not. You can't be Cadopian, obviously not. No. Something about the fifth floor, maybe? We do have samurai dogs. Pick is wet. Maybe you can like swim. Something. Oh. Interesting, but
Take that!
huh. So the fireplaces weren't like by the borders. Anyway, Agent Lang, I'm sure you're familiar with this unforgettable photo.
That supernatural photo? Like I said before, humans can't fly.
No, of course not. And I understand that perfectly well.
And don't start claiming that Sheena somehow grew wings either.
I wouldn't dream of claiming that.
And I wouldn't allow you to take back what you said either. I'll say it again. It's not humanly possible to fly through the air without wings. So you better have a good explanation for this, Mr. Prosecutor.
But how can I prove who it was that flew through the air in this photo? Wait, not humanly possible. Okay, but hear me out, right? The old ambassador is a wizard that looks like his big-ass robe, maybe? We just can't see his head behind it? Wizards. Can't trust them. Ever consider that? Huh? Huh? Eureka! Very well. You will have your explanation.
Sounds like you have a good idea simmering inside that head of yours. Let's hear it. The face hidden in this photo's blurry, trailed shadow is...
Oh, I have that. So I have access to the profiles, which I do think it'd be funny. He's so fucking smug that he's not here for this. God, those sideburns. I don't think my man was flying. Then... I'm gonna press something. And if this is right... I am gonna be a little upset. Okay? Just so we're, all clear.
Take that!
I'm not happy. Naturally, the shadow is the third smuggled object, the Primadou statue replica.
You can't be serious.
The Edgarasu, or rather Callisto Yu, dressed as Agent Sheena, was inside Babel. She dressed the replica statue up and closed and then launched it through the app. Fucking how? Like it had to be that, because the knife was carried on her person. One statue was taken by Damask 2. So it had to be this, right? But fucking how?
Knuckle fast!
Ha! Mr. Prosecutor! You left out a very crucial bit in your explanation.
I know I did.
She launched it through the air. Ha! And how exactly did she do that?
He is literally burying his fangs at me. But here's a point. How exactly did it move through the air like that? As long as this remains unsolved, we won't be able to move any closer to the truth. Which reminds me, didn't you say this earlier?
Hey, sis. I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech, he called you into his office, right?
So just before the murder, Francisco was called here, right into this very room. If that's the case, then that may be another avenue I can pursue. Agent Lang, in order for me to answer that question, I will need to hear testimony from Miss Von Karma.
Oh? What are you up to now, pretty boy?
Earlier, you mentioned something of interest to me. You said that just before the murder occurred, Miss Von Karma had been seen in this room because Ambassador Alba had called for her. And for that reason alone, you believe her to be the killer.
Yeah, I guess I did say something like that.
In that case, I believe it is my duty to ask her about what her side of the story is.
Ah! Do you really think a criminal would tell us the honest truth?
How dare you! As I've said numerous times, there's absolutely no proof that I am the killer. Miles Edgeworth, don't tell me you suspect me too. I don't. However, I can't ignore the fact that you were in this room at one point in time. Which is why I'd like to hear about it from you. Francisca, I feel that I still don't have enough information. Which is why your testimony is incredibly important to the outcome of this case. Alright. So what would you like me to talk about? I'd like you to please testify to your movements up until you came into this room. After the break. Hey, Batroom, it's that time again, coming up on the hour. If you have snacks to get, laundry to start, laundry to stop, meds to take, glasses to clean, dishes to take down, any plates, bowls, cups, cutlery, any kind of crockery. Take it down now. Get started on that laundry chair, put something away, because we're going to be going on a 3-minute ad break to clear the pre-rolls for the hour, and I really would suggest you do something with that time. And I'll see y'all in about 3 minutes, yeah? Ow! I'll be just a second more, I'll be honest. I spent this entire 3-minute break shoveling spaghetti into my face. Ah. I'm just saying. Hungry. Oh, so hi, Lily. Okay. Yo, like the wolf. Like, yeah, like Lang. All right. Let's try this your way for a change. Okay. What if she has to? But if what she has to say turns out to be a waste of time, I'll place her under arrest faster than you can, Hal. No. As you wish. Movements in Alabast. Okay. Lock in. As I said earlier, I was assigned guard duty in the Alabastian embassy. Makes sense? Sorry, I gotta take it. Oh, my brain! So, like, I've said it before. Something about, like, Ace Attorney music. I love it. But it does make me dissociate. Like, a lot. Okay, let's mosey. So she was signed for Alabast. After I saw the Steel Samurai off on his way towards the ambassador's office, I returned to the Rose Garden for a bit and checked up on the security situation. After all the preparations were in place, I was called back by Master Albert to his office. I'm trying to think, like, what about this feels off? And the answer is a lot. To be fair, it's a lot. You mean he's trying to turn me to an Ace Attorney shifter? Shifter? I hardly know her. I will not be explaining shifters on this fucking Twitch stream. I know bait when I see it, Beatrice. I want us to make this clear from the very beginning. So what I wish to confirm is that the only time span in which you were in this office was before the murder occurred. Is that correct? Oh, yes, of course. I see. Oh. Save Franny. She ain't built for jail. She'll kill someone in there. Okay. What's a shifter, Jackie? I don't know. What's a shifter with you? I don't believe you don't know, Joni. Anyway. Is to ask Francisca about her testimony in more detail. Rebuttal! was assigned to guard duty in the Alabastan embassy. That's fine. After I saw the steel hammer off his way towards the ambassador's office, I returned to the Rose Garden a bit. Now we gotta check out. We gotta press 3 and 4. And if that doesn't get us anything, we'll get to press 1 and 2 to see if they get us anything. Why did you need to confirm the degree of preparation for even the speech? For security's sake, of course. What other reason could I have had? No one knew just how Yatgarasu had planned on getting in, right? Yes, I suppose you're right. You're right. Quite right. And yet... Oh. Like... I'm trying to find out a way to phrase this. But that question sucked, Miles. You were here to do security. Why? Why doing security then, Curious. And in the end, the Atgarasu did choose to appear in the Rose Garden, even if it did turn out to be nothing more than a shadow. Who would have thought that she would use a shadow? Calm down, Francisca. She was to be nursing a grudge over the fact she couldn't figure it out herself. Anyway, there was no one in the Rose Garden, and we were aware that the speech was set to start soon thereafter. After all the preparations were in place, I was called back by Ambassador Albert to his office. At that time, Damask II's body had yet to be found in this room. Is that correct? That's right. But Ambassador Alba was here. One could hardly miss his rather large presence.
A criminal will say anything to get out of being arrested. How do we know you're not lying?
Well, if you need proof, I'd be happy to oblige you.
Seriously?
Like I keep telling you. When I arrived at his office, Ambassador Alba was already here. He was standing by the flower box on the windowsill, watering his plants.
I can attest to that, yes. I remember speaking of the lovely lady around that time here in my office.
Again, like, he looks so dry. He looks so dry. Do you ever get a feeling you're gonna get like a brick through you in passing?
All right then. Add that statement to your testimony and let's hear some details.
So Ambassador Alba was in this room at that time, was he? Do you reckon we're gonna get to see, like, Alba's eyes when he has his breakdown? Like... Yeah. Like, you know, like it's like the fucking Cloud of Chance of Meatballs bullshit.
Hold it!
Tell me more. For the sake of being thorough, I'd like to ask you something. How did you know that Ambassador Alba was watering his plants at windowsill? What do you mean by that? The entrance to this room is on this side, however the window is on the opposite side. If what you say is true, then when you entered the room, his body would have been like a wall. It would have been blocking your view of what he was doing. Isn't that not correct? The fuck was that, Buzz? I suppose it was a bit hard to see around him, but fortunately for me, Ambassador Alba is not an immovable wall. I knocked before I entered, and as I did, he turned around to greet me, with a watering can in his hand. Breakdown? What? Oh, he did. Oh, shit, you're right, you're right. We haven't proved nothing yet. Like, initially, I was really thinking it might have been both ambassadors in cahoots. But, I don't know about that these days. So it's only natural to believe that he was watering his plants, right? I suppose. After his greeting, he spent a little time talking about his flowers. He obtained them himself and is growing them with the utmost care, you know. Can Can I get a zoom in on that photo, please? Guess not. Okay, someone take a note for me. Jot this down. 2 large flowers in bloom.
Yes. The plants in this room, they're all like my children. I hate them.
Passion flowers in the flower box on the windowsill are growing beautifully too. Oh, is it gonna be that easy? Like, for realsies? Cause I look like I'm cheating, but like... I bring up the flower box, I look at the flower box, I see like the fucking 2 bits of noted information. We ball. Miss Von Carla, what did you say just now? I said that the flowers are growing beautifully. What about that statement do you not understand? What do I not understand? I do not understand why a certain thing is the way it is. I'd like you to append that statement to your testimony. Very well. Really? It's this easy? That feels like... conspicuous, but okay. Francisca, for some odd reason, your testimony contradicts with this piece of evidence. It does appear that way.
Ah, I knew it. I knew we can trust your words, sis.
Mr. Edgeworth! What are you doing discrediting Miss Von Carla like this?
Yes, sir. If you keep this up, she's gonna get taken away, sir. I can't have my new family get split up like this. Do you know how hard it is to find a found family in this economy? My God.
Oh my god. Sorry. I'm cruising, I swear. Okay. If Friday gets taken away, Maya will go on a killing spree. Hey! That could be fun. Right? Just a little... All I've done is state what I saw. I have not made a single mistake in my testimony. And for this, I am still under suspicion for murder. Is the number of flowers really all that important at this juncture, Miles? At the very least, it is a contradiction in this enigmatic case. One that I find hard to dismiss as irrelevant. That's kind of fair, actually. Like, I don't know. Oops. Did this. Alright. So. I feel like it's one of the things that does bug me in Ace Attorney. Is like, well, I say it doesn't bug me, but it feels like a weird way to start the dominoes falling. I enjoy it, but I'm like, oh, fucking come on.
Ha! Then let's hear it, Mr. Prosecutor. What does the number of flowers have to do with anything? What does it prove?
I believe the answer to that will become clear if I were to examine the flower box. How did this contradiction come about? I see something behind this discrepancy.
They're my beloved flowers. I have grown them with the utmost care. Perhaps it will please be gentle with them to examine them, Mr. Edgeworth.
I understand. Excuse me. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Oh boy, everyone! Suspicious-looking nooks and crannies. Oh boy! This flower box, it appears to be made of marble. It looks that way. But so what? Is it something so important you absolutely had to mention it? No, not exactly, but... Miles, actually, you do understand our current situation, don't you? Miles, I'm on such a fucking thin line right now. They're going to put me in the big house, into the slammer, the clink. Someone said the phrase nook and crange on Wax Face immediately thought of me. It's because I really didn't think it would get to me. Okay, like, I didn't think it'd bug me this bad. And here we are. Here we are. I do like this fucking certified hee-hee moment. I'll kill you. Yes, of course. I'm fully aware of the situation. Oh, then in that case, allow me to ask you once again. Is what the flower box is made of really all that important? It appears the construction of the flower box is not that important. More like watering can't. This watering can is rather robust design. Mr. Edgeworth, why are you telling us stuff we can clearly see for ourselves? Plus, you keep wasting time talking about that. Miss Van Calm's gonna get arrested. Better examine something else. This patch of soil looks as though it's had something removed from it.
What are you doing, Mr. Prosecutor?
Oh! Hey, you would not believe how long that took me to, like, fucking realize what I was looking at here.
Why'd you clam up all of a sudden?
I'm still here, waiting for...
I'm still here waiting for an explanation, you know.
Did you know, Agent Lang, flowers are best appreciated in silence? Looks like two things were pulled out of this flower box. Oh, I can't even deduce yet. Okay. Here are these flowers. I believe they're called passion flowers. Pog. Passion flower, orange juice, guava, champion. You know. Save me, coffee. Despite being called flowers, they're actually a species of vine. They appear to be growing well and are well supported by these plant supports.
Yeah, but no matter how I look at it, it looks like there are only two here to me. You realize, don't you, sis? Your little lies failed you.
Miles Edgeworth! Hurry up and shut this man up for me already. I suppose I wanted to use some evidence to shut him up, won't I? I believe I have just the piece of evidence you require.
Oh, you do you? You have such confidence in the fate of your current plight, but I hardly doubt it'll last until the end.
You howl like a wolf, Agent Lang, but we'll see if you have any bite to back up that bark after you see the evidence. The truth the passion flowers reveal can be seen in this piece of evidence. It's fucking these things! And that's fucking... Oh, hey, I didn't even notice the fucking soil at the bottom. Hey, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth. There's dirt on here. It is actually insane. I got so caught up fucking looking at these that, like, I didn't for an instant examine them properly. I was so caught up in simply saying, like, oh, what wacky hair sticks. You don't have enough wacky stacks. I'm thinking about Spamford again, by the way. You don't have enough wacky stacks. Like, fucking... That I didn't even check for dirt. But I did notice the shape of the supports by the passion flowers, though. Like, I caught that instantly. Like, does that redeem me? Does that redeem me missing it on my first look through? The fact that, like, I saw a little circle in the flower box and went, oh, it's these! Like, no, fuck you, it does. Chat room? Bat room? Kill that snake. kill him. It's totally ruining the beauty of the hair stick, I suppose. What's the dirt stuck into the hair stick in the first place?
Take that!
Sheena, who was supposedly in Babel in the entire time, had these, hair sticks on her. Someone calls Saint Magic. God. That look exactly like this plant supports in his flower box. In other words, I believe it can be said that these hair sticks are in actuality support sticks for the passion flowers.
Ha! And so what? Is this really all that important to the case?
Of course it is. It means that we found yet another item that was smuggled between the countries tonight.
Yeah!
Think about it logically, Agent Lang. These sticks were originally in Alabast. But somehow they wound up in Sheena's hands, who was in Babel the whole night. So make no mistake. These sticks were smuggled somehow, just like the knife and statue.
Very well then. I want to hear from you exactly how they wound up in Babel.
How did these support sticks find their way to Babel, and why? There must be some reason as to why they ended up here. Aha! So that's why. Agent Lang, could you please take a look at this and tell me its shape?
Huh? Something of a stick, isn't it?
And so it is. But the shape of the support sticks is what's important. When they're used with something in this room, that's when it all comes together. The object completes the picture when used with the support sticks is... Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? This is like the little divot on the top. Oh, launch!
Eureka!
Eureka! Oh, we figured it out! Oh, it's that simple! Could you believe it? Francisca, you're going to see the light of day once more without being behind bars. Oh, gumshoe, we've saved her! Fucking hate this bit.
That's a crossbow. You're not really suggesting.
I am. These hair sticks, or rather plant support sticks, they make for perfect arrows. Do you have any quarrel with that?
Yeah.
I didn't get bricked. The brick was redeemed. Where was the brick? One moment. I appreciate the attempt to brick me for my bad joke, though. That's important to me. But I have fixed the brick now, so sorry you wasted some points. I'll, graciously brick myself. Nah, just sometimes tits disconnect sometimes. It's a pain in the ass, say that much. Anyway, I've done it. I found the common thread that connects the two offices. But this thread has yet to be completely untangled. Yippee, no! How does this explain how the statues were transported? Furthermore, who could it have been that fired these sticks as arrows? There must be a common thread that ties all these things together.
Mr. Prosecutor! Hold up a second. You do realize what happens when you tie a statue to an arrow, right? They don't fly at all.
He's making a really good point. A mega brick redeem? Like one really big brick? What are you thinking? But yeah, I have to be honest. Like, that was what I was worried about. Like these statues, they're meant to be like solid gold, right? like...
Fair point, Mr. Prosecutor. However, did you consider the fucking laws of physics?
And I don't think he did. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think that he did. To keep it $1 with you.
So Babel's statue was draped in the Yatagarasu's clothes, then shot over here. Even if you fired the arrows from this side, they wouldn't go far with a statue tied to them. I don't think I need to tell you that the primitive statues didn't sprout wings.
Okay, what... Do we have any... Like, there's no line, nothing it could have attached to.
You're a realist after all, aren't you?
The primitive statues didn't sprout wings. Of course they didn't.
Glad you understand. I feel much better already.
Like, I feel like that's such a valid thing to say, because if that was Phoenix Wright, he would argue that they did sprout wings. Find some contradictions in you saying they didn't sprout wings, but that contradiction would then reveal the way they actually flew, which is when he stops pretending that the statue had wings. So honestly, Lang is surprisingly real for that, can't lie. Just saying.
I was afraid for a second that you were unaware of that crucial fact.
It's only crucial because you're under the belief that wings are necessary to describe... What is it with you and wings, Lang? Are you hungry? You will require a chicken wing.
Got me off a slice of that pizza. Why don't you take a seat? What?
You need to free your mind a bit more. Let it fly like a bird on the wind. The primitive statues flew, but not on a wing. Allow me a bit of your time, and I'll explain this mysterious phenomenon to you. Phenomenon. Today. Sorry.
So the statue was draped in the Yatagarasu's clothes and shot over.
That incredible scene just happened to have been caught on film, resulting in this photo. Bam.
Ha! And what an incredible scene it was. This photo was taken by a freelance photojournalist, huh?
Where the fuck was Lotta Hart when she took this goddamn photo? I just want to know. I don't think it's relevant to the case. I just want to yell at her about it. You know? I'm compelled to Popcat.
Today,
Today, and after all, you might want what? Sorry. Oh wow, the ADHD demons are hitting in deep tonight, huh? Yes, so I hear.
And not every photojournalist is known to be honest, right? Especially not the ones that sell photos of spirits and giant creatures to tabloids.
So, like, I still reckon, I think Bigfoot is real, but he's like, I think he's like Batman. No, I should have said like anyone. I think that his technology is just getting more advanced. Like, I think every time someone tries to get a Bigfoot sighting, I think, well, first of all, I think Bigfoot kills them if they get too close. Jot that down. But I also just think that Bigfoot is, like, getting more advanced camouflage technology, snares, decoys, drones. Yeah, anyway, that's my take. Anyway, let's move on with the case, shall we? Yes, I know what you mean. I've seen those sorts of photos many a time in court. There have been times when those photos have turned out to be telling the truth. If you'd ever stood in a court of law, you'd note it's entirely plausible.
Ah! You really believe the stuff you're spewing right now? The courtroom certainly is a strange place if what you say is true.
Yes, Beatrice.
But there really is something odd about that photo, no matter how you look at it. If you fired the arrows from this side, they wouldn't go far with a statue tied to them.
Hold it!
But we are in agreement that an arrow by itself would reach the other side, correct?
But just the arrow by itself is pretty meaningless, don't you think, Mr. Prosecutor? Because the things they wanted to smuggle were a lot bigger than nothing.
You've seen videos by people who think Bigfoot can just cloak? And they prove this by drawing an outline around a random patch of leaves and branches in a camera shot they took. Okay, but the idea that you can just have, like, a piece of footage that has leaves and grass in it and draw an outline and say that's Bigfoot. Beatrice, do you know what I'm thinking with that information? Do you know what I'm gonna do with that information? Because I think I've cracked the case. I don't think you're ready for this. Exploit some people? No. 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 It's worse than that. I know what happened to JFK. And the people aren't ready for it. His head didn't just do that, it was Bigfoot, I'm telling you. Bigfoot did it with his cloaking ability. That's why he's been in hiding this whole time. They'll get the prints. The second squatch on the dad in the grass. Who is obsessing squatch and tilting null? Anyway, having cracked the case, should we maybe stick to Ace Attorney before I say anything else fucking inane? Okay. No, that's not necessarily true.
What?
What I need right now is not further discussion of my conclusions, it's the launching of my conclusions. What the shoot wanted to launch with the crossbow was not the statues themselves, but rather something a crossbow can launch that can be used to move the statues.
If it wasn't a statue tied to the arrows, then what did the crossbow? I have hiccups.
Creating the exodia of conspiracy theories by insisting JFK was killed by a cloaking Bigfoot, who's also an alien from Area 51, which is, of course, the Roswell alien. I think we're on to something. Bigfoot in stealth mode! Sorry. I love that channel is called Sasquatch Awareness Project. Holy shit. Anyway, we got something here, right?
Objection!
There we go. Whether the chemtrails come into this? You know, fucking, like, before I get to this, chemtrails is one that actually fucking astounds me, and it's only because, I, like, saw a cohort of my classmates actually get suckered into that one, and it just, like, fucking makes me sad, man. Anyway, shout out to my background noise for where I'm gaming. I listen to long readings of SCP articles. I sometimes use them to sleep. I sometimes wake up to very visceral horror sounds. I might go back to sleep without changing the video. Skill issue. Thinks he can use psychic powers to reshape clouds. What if he can? What if, like, one of these fucking cranks who just sounds like an absolute fucking yahoo? What if one of them does it, right? Like, is this the... I'm gonna keep going. Finally, we've reached this point in our discussion. For I present to you that which was carried by the arrow from the crossbow.
Ha! I get it now, Mr. Prosecutor. I can see exactly what you're trying to say. You're saying that the wire was tied to an arrow and then shot into Mr. Cochin's office.
Oh, this is some spy movie bullshit that we are escalating towards, but I believe that it is the only way this could have gone the moment we started doing crime. In an embassy.
Okay. Down to the 3rd floor of the Babelese embassy. If what you're claiming is really what happened, I can see how Alabast's primitive statue could be moved. Gravity could be used to move the statue down the wire from the 5th to the 3rd floor. But then, what about Babel's primitive statue? The dark shadow in this photo is clearly flying away from Babel. Going in the opposite way of gravity from the 3rd floor of the Babelese embassy up to the 5th floor of the Alabastian embassy. How do you explain that?
He is making a pretty good point. Okay. How do we explain this, actually? I think I finally see how the gears behind this whole trick work. Agent 9, the motion used behind this trick. I wonder if perhaps you've yet to envision how it works in your head.
Motion? What motion?
This is the motion that was employed to smuggle the... So I'm thrilled that this one says bungee action.
With new bungee action!
No, rotary motion, I believe. Yeah. I believe it was done via rotary motion. The two statues were transported simultaneously.
Simultaneously? Get real! The statues will collide somewhere along the way.
Okay.
Objection!
Did I ever say there was only one line of wire between two offices? If you shot an arrow with the two ends of a wire tied to it, a circular belt can be formed. That's true.
Knuckle back!
Long Z says, don't object and call a success what is beyond reasonability. Taking into account the tension difference between the two wires, the top one would sag too much to the point where the statues would collide anyway.
Objection!
Agent Lang, as you know, the primitive statue is a one-of-a-kind national treasure. And the fact that Babel's statue is a hollow replica of the real statue, it would naturally be lighter than the real one, meaning that my idea is very possible. Oh shit, like the fake one was hollow? Hey, how the fuck did anyone ever like struggle with this? That's like agonizingly obvious, right? Right? Goddamn.
Long Z says,
because I'm not gonna give you like a full-bodied oh woo for this. Although holy fuck, he's losing it. Okay, chat room, you get to put an item inside the fake Primadou statue as a Kinder Surprise prize. What are you putting in there? Here's what I believe happened. Miss Yu and her mystery co-conspirator set themselves up in the two different rooms. The co-conspirator bridged the rooms by shooting the two ends of the wire down on one arrow. Then the two of them covered the statues and proceeded to transport the statues. After the switch was completed, another arrow was fired, carrying the other end of the wire down to Babel where it was to be disposed of. And to that, miss, you hid it inside the grandfather clock. QED. Ah! This proves it, right, Agent Lang? That I'm not the killer?
Not yet, sis. I still haven't had my dessert yet. Right, Mr. Prosecutor?
The proof is in the pudding, as it were. So I have like a little, like, they had a really nice little fancy chocolate souffle dessert on sale, and I'm thinking about it right now because as soon as I'm done streaming, I'm having my fancy girl dessert, and I've been thinking about it all goddamn day. And now I'm thinking about it. Oh, man. Whimsical. It's just like a little souffle. Can you fault a girl for wanting a souffle on this bitch of an earth?
Pudding is a nice dessert. So, do you think you can do it? Can you get me a pudding? Can you prove that what you said is what happened? 'Cause remember, if you can't, I'll be taking a certain someone back home with me as a souvenir.
I agree that as long as there is no proof, my hypothesis remains just that. However, what I have laid out is no mere hypothesis, there is one more piece of evidence.
One more? This should be interesting. You think you have a piece of evidence that will turn your hypothesis into a fact?
I mean, shit, do we? Like, fucking do we?
Well then, let's see it, Mr. Prosecutor.
The thing that made it possible to create a circular belt on a length of wire. I believe that it's right here in this very... Oh, wait, no, this is easy. No, I believe this is what made the circular belt transportation method possible. No, this is easy.
Take that!
It literally could not be anything else. Like, that part's easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Didn't even try, wasn't even hard. L plus ratio, plus I am unraveling your criminal plot. Plus, leave my Francisca alone. Plus, I'm still thinking about my souffle. The last piece to the trick are two pulleys. Precisely. The ceiling fans double as pulleys in this case. And thanks to the fact that there is one installed in each of the offices, the ceiling fans made for the perfect pulley set for the wire to run on. No, oh! He's fucking like he's fucking Nixon maxing, like he's hitting the fucking, you feel me? I'm not dog-pilled enough to be able to howl off the cuff. I am like anti-dog-pilled. I don't know, I've got nowhere to go with this bit. I'm bailing out now. I'm hitting the ripcord. Like, I'm parachuting out. This must be it. This is how the smugglers bypass the impenetrable security.
You really are something else, Mr. Prosecutor. I bet you figured it all out already, haven't you? You know who the big hotshot that set up this real-life stage show is, don't you?
The person who set up this rather large and complex stage show needs to be someone who had foreknowledge of the existence of a ceiling fan above the Alabastian and Babyliss embassies. And that passion flower support stakes could be used as arrows. The real mastermind behind this case.
Well, don't you dare make this wolf wait for his food.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Let's go. Why are you so hesitant, Miles Edgeworth? If you can't say who it is, why don't you present something like you always do? A single point of the finger here, and this case will explode into an international incident. However, it's already too late for me to stop the forward momentum. It appears that I have no choice now but to rush in. There's a piece of evidence that will point us to who the mysterious mastermind is. Can I not just show the profile? Can I not just say who it is? Well, it had to be someone who's grown the flowers. Right? Their smuggling could not have been possible without the use of the crossbow, which is in here. Furthermore, the arrows that were shot by the crossbow were plucked, as it were, from the flower box in this very room. They were planted so long ago that the passion flowers at the tribe grew so big that Miss Von Karma didn't even notice the arrows when she visited this room today. On top of all this, the fact that the culprit knew both offices had ceiling fans tells us that the person had very detailed information of this embassy's layout. So as you may have already guessed, the person I am accusing of hatching this plan is the person who grew the flowers in the flower box with the utmost care. Thus, it can only be you, Kirkus Alba. You, with the cringe-ass Nene baby of legend. Are you out of your mind, Miles Edgeworth? I'm certain of what I'm saying, and I am sure that he is the culprit. Okay, let's go! Fucking finally.
Tell me, Mr. Prosecutor, what was the ambassador trying to accomplish by doing all that stuff you just outlined? Why in the world would he need to use a trick like that?
I understand you'll need to doubt me. However, there is one thing that stands out to me as very odd.
Just one thing, huh?
The one single end result Ambassador Alba sought to obtain. If we were to examine the focus of this complex trick, I believe we will finally find the answer to everything. Everything will become clear once we examine this piece of evidence.
Oh.
Did he get his prints on the... No, because we'd have prints. I think we actually got prints of someone else, right? Okay, I can't examine the statue, but I...
Take that!
Huh? I would fully understand the reasoning had the situation been the reverse. However, to go through the trouble of swapping the real Primadou statue with the fake, I sense a very shady reason for such a bizarre action. And who better to ask for that reason than King Primadou himself?
I see. Ambassador, we'll be examining that statue now, with or without your permission.
Okay, now we can. These Mr. Cochin's fingerprints. The fact they're on here suggests that the statue once belonged to Babel. So a smuggler from Babel to Alabast, huh? Why was there a need for him to smuggle it in? With his sword drawn like that, there's an aura of valor and bravery? Valor and bravery about King Primadou. He looks so cool standing like that with the sword stuck in the ground in front of him. Yeah, he's trying to come up with some cool pose with a shuriken or something. I am seriously beginning to think that every goal in life is to become a ninja. And I think all golf aliens should get to aspire to be a ninja. It's good, it's enriching, it does good things for their mental health. I'm making eye contact.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. There isn't anything particularly odd about the sword, right?
No, not really. I suppose we should examine a different area of the statue now. This guy kind of looks like a steel samurai, don't you think? Well, I mean, perhaps. Oh, sorry. Maybe it's because they look alike that he was picked to be the Goodwill Ambassador. I suppose that's possible. But, look at this arrow around the base of his neck. Looks like a gap. Hey, you're right! Maybe it's meant to be some kind of secret? Perhaps it's possible to open the statue from this gap in its construction. Is there? What?
What?
Have you happened to open it, Miles? Right, here goes. I didn't see that! Bitch, what? Wow, it really did open up. So, you know how I was joking, like, oh, you know, what's gonna be in here? What's gonna be in the Kinder Surprise? Why do I tell jokes? Why am I here? Game's ahead of me. I don't gotta say shit. Game does this shit for me. What's this thing that fell out? I believe a more thorough examination of it is required. Like, I did not catch that gap. When the... Is this...
Hey! This is what I think it is?
It is a plate for making counterfeit bills. Somehow, it appears that we've at long last arrived at the exit to this complex labyrinth. We finally hold within our hands one of the counterfeit money plants, and the reason why the replica was smuggled into Alabasta to begin with. Humma, humma, humma. Fucking look at him holding it! Fucking stop playing the dramatic music! This is like, this guy is too old for me to take him seriously in any fucking pose or scene he is in. He moves like a slug, and he's holding that statue like a novelty oversized champagne bottle. Damask 2 kinda stands up too. The primitive statue can only be handled by the ambassador or the secretariat, and a replica is nothing more than a hollow shell covered in gold. These two circumstances make the statue the ideal object in which to hide contraband. After receiving the statue containing the counterfeit plate from Sheena, the ambassador had the misfortune of accidentally running into Damask 2. Sorry, like, why is... You can tell this is a fucking fake-ass copycat, because this isn't a twink. They got too much wit. They got too much of a confident stride. Mask? Damask was meant to be a little guy, and it was meant to be his birthday, and he was meant to only be level 1 goblin, and he was not meant to drop good items. DBS, they're like, good for him, but that's not my mask, Damask. I missed Ron. Delight. Surprised by the thief, the ambassador raised the replica statue to Damask 2 and... How? Fucking how? Fucking how? How did Bro win this fight? How did this fucking happen? Fucking, did you see that limp little looking ass fucking swing? Fucking how? Fucking how? You look me in the eyes and you fucking tell me how, babes. Fucking what? I ain't happy with this. Any of this. Just so you are all, like, highly fucking aware. We see the statue. I see the statue, yes. Then in order to frame the steel samurai for the murder, he covered the samurai sword in blood. Well, Ambassador Elba.
You're the leader of the smuggling ring? My whole family is dead!
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
My whole country's in disarray! And it's all because of you!
Yo, the one who killed the mask? Too? Answer us. I never thought that you would figure things out to this level. However, there is one point I disagree with you on. The head of the smuggling ring was Mr. Coachon. Yes.
Knuckle fast!
Quit screwing around!
This is a guy who'd say quit screwing around. That's what he'd say, right? You feel me? Like, that's what he'd say. That is what my man would say, actually. Like, fucking, you know, like, you look at him, that is, like, the most, like, on-brand thing I think this guy can say. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Sigh.
I have no sympathy for someone who tried to pass the guilt on to a dead man. If there's one thing I am sure of, it's that you're the real ringleader, Quercus Alba.
It's not good to speak with such subjectivity, you know, Agent Lang.
Subjectivity. My conclusion is anything but, and is the result of logic and investigation.
Got that? Logic and investigation. Only seconds ago, you were ready to arrest Miss Von Karma. I don't think we can give What is this argument, Agent Lang? Some kind of flip-flop? I don't think we can give such a flip-floppy argument any real weight. Do you?
I saw it, I visibly lit up. Yeah, baby.
Eh?
It looks like you still don't get why I came back.
Excuse me?
You see, the reason I came back is so that I could sink my fangs into your
Did I fucking call it, or did I fucking call it? Did I fucking call it, or did I fucking call it? Did I call it? Did I call it? Did I call it? Hello? Ring ring, motherfucker? Ring ring, bitch? Did you fucking hear me say it earlier? Shoutouts Lang. I don't know, I'm actually really proud I, like, preempted what the fuck he was saying. Like, the moment he was like,
but I just need to, check your office one more time.
and I was in there. I knew. I knew the whole time. With my boy, my guy, my man, my Lang. Now he's speaking my language!
From the very beginning, my real target has been you.
I do not think my man can actually close his lips. Like, I feel like he has, like, I feel like his top and bottom lips, like, you could unroll them like a fucking cigarette. My man is like, like, that shit is in tight. Agent Lung, I demand an explanation.
Sorry, sis. I didn't mean to put you through all that. I knew you were innocent from the very beginning.
You did?
I knew that this whole incident had been meticulously planned and prepared for. So naturally, the occupant of this room, Ambassador Alba, seemed the most suspicious. But without the ambassador's permission, we couldn't get in to take another look around.
Ah, so that's why you put on this big show to accuse Francisca of the murder. Using Francisca as the bait, you were able to gain us entry and investigative rights. Like, I'm sorry I'm saying this again, but everyone needs to be so fucking nice to me because my brain is really fucking big and I called it exactly correctly. So, jot that down. I'm just saying. God, I'm gonna miss his fuck-ass theme. One sec. My brain is so big, it has so many winkles. My brain has as many winkles as this motherfucker does. I'm just saying. Sorry, my brain is soup, you see. But we must persist, we must ball.
Yeah, if I hadn't done that, I doubt the ambassador would have given us the okay to poke around.
So that's what this is about. Very well, I will forgive you. But in exchange for using me as bait, you will take some responsibility and help us find the truth. Agent Lang, for giving me such a great opening. I thank you.
You know, I just knew, Mr. Prosecutor, that somehow if we were able to find some proof by investigating this room, that you would be able to figure out the real culprit with your special brand of logic.
The evidence detectives collect, combined with the logic of a prosecutor. That's just as it should be in a prosecutor-detective team, right?
I don't know about all that. But one thing I do know is that I'm itching to see that old man get what's coming to him.
Oh, oh, oh. You're quite scary when you want to be, aren't you? You've done well to survive, my Biden blast.
Hey! You were the one who was planning to use me to push all the guilt onto the sis.
Yes, you were on the front of that bus, weren't you, Agent?
But unfortunately for you, you misjudged me.
Agent Lang, I wish for you to stop trying to intimidate me. What we need right now is evidence and proof.
Yo, can I be real quick? This guy's got fucking eyebrows like Lang's got sunglasses. Like, fuck it, one sec, computer enhance. Y'all seen this shit? Like, are y'all seeing that? Like, see a little, like, fucking fork in the road? Like, that's some fuck-ass eyebrow. Anyway, let me head back to my corner. Up! Up! I'm just saying. What? I've slid too far. Yep. I hate this. Why is it growing and shrinking? Fuck it, I don't give a fuck. Not bothered. Not bothered. Yeah. Anyway. I wonder if you have what is necessary to prove that I am the head of the smuggling ring.
Objection!
Don't be such a sore loser. If you really are the head of the smuggling ring, you should acknowledge your crimes with dignity. Dignity. That is nothing more than a fool's insincere display of strength. Huh. Huh. If you really wish me to acknowledge my crimes, then I would like to first see more of this thing you call evidence. Yes. I tell you, I knew nothing, really. Oh shit, we get a Steam now? Ah, fuck, I leaned on my fucking brake button. Fuck! I'm like, I like his theme. It's a shame that I feel like... It's a shame that I know we've got 2 full sections still. Ow! The Dirty Doubler? I tell you, I knew nothing, really. I didn't even know that the counterfeit plate was hidden inside that statue.
Objection!
You swapped a real statue that vested in your country the authority to rule for a fake. It doesn't make any sense that you didn't know anything. It doesn't make sense? Where doesn't it make sense? Can you prove that it doesn't make sense? Oh, I don't like you. I don't like what you're up to right now. I don't like how he is arguing. But I'm gonna kill this man. And it will not be hard. Okay. He's really got us. He's turned the entire situation about. The proof that Interpol's been after, which points to this man as the ringleader. If we can somehow find that proof now, then we can see to it that justice is finally served. Is there nothing I can use to break this case wide open? The trump card in the videotape. With those 2 items, we might be able to finally bring this man down. But the card is evidence from a case Mr. Faraday hid away in secret. And the tape was stolen by Detective Bad from the police. They're both illegal evidence. No matter what, a protector of the law can't be allowed to use such pieces of evidence.
Needless to say, the Von Karmas are commanded to achieve nothing but victory, and by any means necessary. The only way to bring down someone like that, to bring him to justice, was to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time.
I have to kill him. Oh, that... I no longer follow the path of Manfred von Karma. And I won't follow the path of the Yatagarasu. This leaves me with what? What creed will I believe in? If I want to pursue the truth, then I will sully my hands with illegality. And if I want to pursue justice, then I will lose the truth. What is the law and what is justice? And which path is a prosecutor supposed to follow? The choice is one I must make by my own hand, here and now. Oh my gosh. Fucking me ball! There is no limit to the law. Any limit that exists was set there by man. When a person goes beyond that limit, then the law, too. Fuck it. When a person goes beyond that limit, then the law, too, crosses into new territory. For what reason were laws invented? The answer to that is what I must now show. Ambassador Alba. I wonder if you might recognize this.
Why, what would that card is? I've never seen that before in my life.
It's a directives card used by the leader of the ring to relay instructions to his subordinates.
Oh, is that what it is?
This card was sent to the real culprit behind the KG8 incident 10 years ago. A man by the name of Mr. Manny Cochin.
Oh. So why do you have such a card in your possession?
Because it was hand-delivered to me by a certain great thief, the Yatagarasu.
The Yatagarasu gave that to you. Don't talk nonsense. And let's be serious, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you have any proof that the card contains directions from the ringleader?
I'll have you know that the card is not the only thing I was given.
What?
This contains security footage that was shot just before the start of the KG8 incident.
The KG8 incident?
The card and the video. These two pieces of evidence are what will seal your fate.
Oh, very interesting. I must admit, I'm very curious now.
Wow. Well.
Very curious in these case-deciding pieces of evidence you've presented.
The prey the Yatagarasu has been chasing all this time now stands before me. I can't allow this man, who has had free reign for 10 long years, simply to walk away. Now is the time for me to bring to fruition the valiant spirit that was given to me.
So what is this interesting thing that you want to show me?
The trump card and the videotape. These two pieces of evidence together make for the ultimate hand. And this is where the real meaning behind Detective Bad's words will finally be realized. After the next break. Sorry, gang, it's that time again. I don't know what fucks with adverts. As before, if you've made any dinner since, got any snacks, anything that has any kind of a wrapper, plates, bowls, cups, cutlery, any kind of crockery, any kind of snack with a wrapper or some trash, if you have any plastic bottles, any cans stacked on your desk, any kind of trash, take that shit out now. And I'll see you in 3 minutes. I used those 3 minutes to scroll the app. Which is say my Tumblr. Because Tumblr's still pretty dang good, can't lie to you, gang. Hey, it's time. Detective Gumshoe. Oh. Hey, Shane. What's good? Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's snap, crackle, and pop in. Working on stuff? Well, welcome. We're just getting back into one of the final legs of the last case of Ace Attorney Investigations. Enjoy the luck. Thank you for your time. Oh. Let's get to it, shall we? Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir.
What you see here is security footage shot just before the KG8 murder occurred. From this footage, we know that the card is a directives card from the smuggling ring. This is the section that proves the card was used to relay an order. Like, is it the fact that he's got a knife? Like, what do you mean? Like, how are we proving from this image? Right? Like, am I insane? Or are we just saying it's the same fucking card?
Take that!
As you can see, Mr. Koshin is holding the card in his right hand. Okay, so I see. The killer is indeed holding a card with the exact same design on it, but that card and the one you have, just because they look the same doesn't mean that they are, does it now? But there's a very easy way for me to prove that they are, in fact, one and the same. All we have to do is simply take a look at this. This dark red blood. Yes, this is your proof. Proof that the orders on this card were played out in that terrible tragedy. The blood belonged to the victim of the KG8 incident. With a bit of DNA testing, we can very easily verify that as fact. If you have no objections, then I'd like you to take a look at this next piece of footage. This car that passed by in front of the victim's apartment building. It's an official Cadopian government car. What? Detective Gumshoe, if you could please magnify the footage. This area of the footage directly links the smuggling ring with Cadopia. Is the, is it this pin here? I think so. Or do it the card first. Let's go on this, right? This section will make it all clear to her. Nope. Okay. But it's a Cadopian pin. You're very tired, Mr. Edgeworth. You continue presenting completely irrelevant evidence like this. I'm afraid your investigation may fall apart. I think it was time for you to retire. Oh, wait. That's like the Cadop... Fucking sure.
Take that!
Arg. The shape of this pocket and the directives card in it. It tells us without a doubt that the person in this car is Mr. But it's like literally him! Why are we fucking around being like, oh, well, this pocket clearly proves it's him. We can see his fucking face in the goddamn footage! Are y'all actually having me on? Are you having a fucking laugh, mate? Fucking hell. The license plate on the car was also captured by the security camera. With it, we can easily find out who was sitting in this car on that day 10 years ago. Which is why I can say with confidence that you were riding in this car on that day.
You've done well, boy, to make it this far.
Fucking hell, it's the last fit. It's like the fucking transformation. Except he's less cuntier than the Queen was.
You've done well to make it this far, boy. Yes. However, about your claim that I was riding in the car at the time, that's going to be mighty difficult to prove.
How so?
The Principality of Catopia no longer exists.
So here's how we beat Mask to Mask.
Play college ball, you know. Could have gone pro if my nation didn't balkanize. So naturally,
Mother, can I have nanomachines?
Of course. Of course.
so naturally, all records from that time period also no longer exist.
That evidence. What he really means is that he's already erased all traces.
Are we finished here?
Don't do that. Stop. Stop doing that. Like, am I fucking crazy here? Like, this is elder abuse, as in abuse by an elder. True. Hold up. Hold up. I'm getting something. I can't find a fucking PNG soon. But just...
Are we finished here,
boys, he's flicking that thing like one of his goddamn nips. What the fuck is this? So, I am no longer taking this guy to prison. I'm killing him with my hands. The only weapon I have left to me now is this piece of footage. Must be something here I can use against him. Is it the fucking pin that looks like the Cadopian flag? What the... That he's fucking flicking and fondling like he's fucking warming that shit up for the wax play. Fucking this same pin that's clearly of his country's fucking insignia. We're like, oh, how can we prove this is from Catopia? But that wasn't good enough. I had to click the card first and say that it was the guy whose fucking face we could see in the fucking footage. I'm not happy. I am fucking livid. Can you hear it? Can you feel it in my soul? That I am full of rage and malice and hatred and rage and hatred and malice? I'm fine. Shit on your soul. Ambassador Alba.
Yes, what?
He's still fondling. He's...
Oh, yes, quite. Yes.
You were once an army man in the service of Catopia. It was you who made the many missions that you participated in successes, correct?
Why the sudden backhanded praises, boy? Although, to be sure, the brilliant medals on my breast were awarded to me during the era of Catopia. But now I am the only one who owns this particular medal.
In that case, the only person it could be who's sitting in this car is you.
How do you figure that?
By the medal captured here in this footage. It is clearly the exact same medal as the one on your chest. Oh my fucking god. What the fuck? Huh? Huh? Like you can see the teeth through the fucking bit of the cracked lower lip. May, what the fuck is happening? This is how it will be, but I won't look back. But this is the path I've chosen.
You've moved me with your devotion to this case, Mr. Edgeworth.
Why is he taking such an arrogant stance with me?
It's almost looking possible, isn't it? For a lot of you to have come this far. It looks like I just might lose our little game this time. You might lose the game this time. You don't get another round, Mr. Ambassador. Is that a fact? Very well. I've decided to confess and admit my guilt.
You're going to confess?
And I will accept whatever punishment may come as a result.
What the?
Regarding the Damask 2 murder, I admit it. I did it. Out of self-defense.
You're claiming it was justified self-defense?
Damask 2 attacked me, and I felt that my life was in danger. If I hadn't done what I did, I might be the one you found dead instead of him.
What a pathetic performance.
I'm not giving you one.
Wow, you two really know how to laugh at inappropriate times. Have I ever told any of you that Kay Faraday is the best thing to happen to this game? That if she wasn't here, I would have already burnt the whole joint down with every single one of you in it? I would have really turned this blaze about. I would have done it. I really would have. It would have been my only, It would have been like, to put it really honestly with you, it probably would have been like my only option. Like, just because of how I'm holding up. Like, I know I was just saying, but I really wouldn't have had another option but to just, like, burn it to the ground. But fortunately, I have been given other options. So I have that going for me, at least. Okay. Almost like Danzo Shimura when I'm voice acting that old prick. Who is Danzo Shimura? Oh, some from Naruto. Okay, I'll have to look into this later. Interesting. If you wish to claim it was justified self-defense, then we'll need some evidence.
It's always the evidence with you, isn't it? But if that's what you require, I'll provide it. That man left a mark on me when he attacked.
What?
I don't particularly want to show it off, but this is proof that it was in self-defense. I'm an old man. Sometimes I don't pay enough attention when I should.
But the mask, dude, didn't have a single weapon on his body.
No. Silence. Hold on. It's nothing to get worked up over because I hid the weapon.
You hid it?
I'm sorry, but as you know, a murder's a murder, even if it's in self-defense. And I couldn't let it become public. Seeing as how I am an ambassador, this is a weapon you seek. My special bonsai trimming shears.
Oh, it's covered in blood.
He was trembling quite badly during our struggle. But that's when he grabbed the shears that was sitting in my office and attacked. Yes, you see, it was an act of self-defense.
Is he right, Mr. Edgeworth? Since he has both a wound and the weapon that caused it, it's enough to declare it so. When will court start accepting the evil voice as evidence, right? Like, more than ever, the court needs to accept the evil voice as fucking evidence. I'm telling you, there is, like, we've got to be able to kill this guy. No way!
Oh, which reminds me. I guess there is still one more accusation I need to resolve. Smuggling and counterfeiting. Unfortunately, all of that is my secretary's doing. I had no knowledge it was going on. Stop spewing nonsense. You're trying to throw my investigation under the bus in your desperation. If you want to get real honest, everything in this case can be connected to you.
The murder of the masked too was done in self-defense. Ha! In my trials, no man escapes his crime alive.
Perhaps so, if you were my opponent in court. However, there is one very important fact you may have forgotten.
And what is that?
That's what you mean. Extraterritoriality.
As Joni said earlier.
Fuck you! I'm a diplomat! Ha!
God fucking damn it.
That's right. This embassy sits on what is effectively Alabastian soil. So any trial that is to be held will be held in Alabast. Therefore, the crime I just admitted to will never be tried in your courts.
Agent Lang, what's Interpol's stance on this?
Agents investigate. That's our job. The judgment of people who've confessed to their crime. That's the court's job. And I've already confessed to all of my crimes, Agent Lang. Furthermore, by the very nature of my position, I have full extraterritorial rights. These rights are effective, even on your country's soil. Therefore, no matter where a crime may take place, I will never stand trial in one of your courts.
Has Francisca gotten old? Or has she been through a lot of stress? What do you mean? She's 19. She's just always had the grey hair, even when she was a little baby. That's just a quirk of the Von Karma bloodline.
That arrogance and your expression. It's like he's telling me that he knows how you never purchased an air fryer. That's nothing like the face of someone who's ready to accept the consequences. Don't tell me of your own country's judicial system eating out of the palm of your hand. These crimes you all speak so seriously of. To me, this has all been nothing but a game. You may chase me out of this embassy with your accusations, but it's no big deal. Alabast has numerous embassies in other countries all around the world. All you would accomplish is you would change the backdrop of our little game.
These 2 layers of protection that extraterritoriality provides him. This is why he's one of those who cannot be brought to court.
You see now, don't you? I live in a whole other world than you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go and fetch your eviction papers.
Is there nothing we can do? To be continued. Well, diplomatic immunity is something of a meme. Seems so, seems so. And I think that seems like where we will be calling it. After that section felt long. I can't lie, here's the thing. We literally streamed longer last time, but I was having a good enough time that, like, I just didn't kind of notice, you feel me? It felt long. Long, long, man. Let's see, who the fuck is about? I am going to raid out to Lily Cat VT. She's playing the Monster Hunter Wilds. Is it the open beta or is the game out now? I forget. All the same, if that's your kind of shindig, do enjoy that. Tomorrow, I'm going to be playing some of Ace Attorney 1 alongside the very same Lily Cat. Xander the Turing and Sophie. So, I'm, keep that shit rolling. And then maybe if I've got the energy after I'm done streaming Lily Cat, maybe I will engage in some recreational spider time for another, fucking 6 hours, because I fucking love that video game. So, thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for your time. Have a wonderful rest of your day, a wonderful rest of your night, a wonderful rest of your weekend. Let's get that raid going. As ever, I should actually just make a command for this when I did it off stream. If you are not subscribed, here's the raid message. If you are, here's the raid message. Have a wonderful time, chat room, bat room, holiday inn. You'd have to go home, but you can't stay here. Ta-ta for now.